Hello, welcome to Reacting to Puppet History, Season 5, Episode 1. I'm super excited. It has been forever. So without further ado, let's crack in.
Previously on Puppet History.
This is a show where a fuzzy little freak named the Professor teaches a guy named Ryan and a special guest about history. Each week there's a different lesson, and the Professor rewards his guests with jelly beans. Aw, cute. He also poops jelly beans. He then awards a trophy called the Coveted Cup after consulting with what he claims to be a complex victory algorithm. Ryan has lost every episode, even though he's definitely gotten more jelly beans than the guest on countless occasions. Zach got no questions right, for instance. Sorry, Zach. Each episode also features a musical guest. They all seem a little unwell. In Season 3, a horse died. Check it out.
Legit the best song.
Sometimes the Professor offhandedly mentions a genie. Sometimes it seems like he may have time traveled. We know for sure that he eats spiders and has a perfect score on WikiFeed. Look, okay, so it turns out the Professor discovered a magic lamp long ago and wished for the ability to time travel, and the genie was like, whatever, but then everywhere the Professor went throughout time, his very presence, being a blasphemous affront to the space-time continuum and all, would cause local inanimate objects to turn into the singing abominations featured at the end of each episode. This whole mess was more than the genie could deal with, so he chased the Professor through time, but the little blue ball sack, as Ryan lovingly calls him, always managed to evade capture. So, last season, the genie covertly made a deal with the devil and the demon Asmodeus. In exchange for a coveted cup, Ryan would steal all of the Professor's precious jelly beans, making him vulnerable enough for the demon Asmodeus to possess him and then wish himself back to the Cretaceous. This happened and Ryan was pretty psyched, but then he asked Satan if the Professor would be alright, and Satan was like, I don't know, man, and Ryan was like, oh boy, I don't know about this, which was merited because as soon as the Professor landed in the Cretaceous, this happened.
Eaten by a dinosaur.
Yikes.
I hate when
so
that
last
happens.
Christmas there was a big memorial for the Professor held by all the singing puppets, but at the end of the service they remembered that in cleaning up the Professor's time travel shenanigans, the genie had actually turned them all back into inanimate objects. So their kind of souls are now trapped in purgatory, aka a beautiful state-of-the-art amphitheater called the Wondrium Arena. Their souls hang in the ether. It's grim. They hope that Ryan can find a way to save them, along with the Professor. Then there was a shot of the Professor in a little egg sack. Excuse me? What's going on there? I don't know. Anyway, the pandemic was really weird, and this is basically what I've been up to the whole time. It's a lot of lore, but I mean, fucking, come on, man. Just sit back and enjoy the new season. You're
I'm
gonna
so
learn a lot.
excited.
You'll have a good time. All right? Enjoy Season 5.
Here we go.
Welcome one and all to Season 5 of Puppet History. Today we'll be
Everyone
taking an
look.
ever-winding look
Yet another
at yet another
chapter.
chapter
Where
in the
we
heady
call
book
history.
we call history,
Our cats
while
are
our guests
ruthlessly committed.
ruthlessly
Sarah!
compete for the coveted
Hi,
title
Sarah.
of History Master. I am your beloved
The
host,
Professor.
the Professor. Thank you. Now, before cracking in, I know it looked like maybe Ryan Bergara murdered me at the end of last season by hurling my sexy little body back to the Cretaceous period, but clearly I am
What
sound
happened?
and unharmed, so it of course did not work, and I won't be answering any questions because there aren't any questions to be answered. Simple as
Really?
that, okay?
Are you sure?
Now, Ryan Bergara, are you ready?
Ryan,
Okay.
are you okay?
Special guest Sarah Rubin, are you ready?
I love Sarah
Then
so much.
let's crack in.
The Great American Hippo Scheme. Ryan, are you okay?
The last time I saw you, you were getting sucked into a cosmic butthole.
Oh, yeah, that was a whole thing.
And now you're here.
Yeah, I guess I am.
If that could happen, that's so crazy that I'm willing to also accept that he's just back. You know what I mean?
It's a full life.
Yeah.
What? No, what? No, what do you, what are,
Hey, man, you just gotta roll with
but
it.
Yeah.
the whole internet was angry at me for a whole year for killing you, and you're not dead.
Well, maybe
And
you
I
shouldn't
would
have
not
killed me,
believe that.
huh? You ever think about that?
I didn't
Okay.
kill you, though.
Oh my
There's water under
god.
the bridge, man. Let's get over that bridge and go learn
This
some
is
stuff, huh? How's
wonderful.
I'm ready to learn.
that? Okay.
I'd
then
love to
let's-
know some facts
Wait,
and some
wait.
stories.
Am I dead right now?
No, you're not dead. You're very alive.
Do you think I'm dead?
No, I'm just, not to say this would be hell, but
Sarah, give him a little
Is-
pinch.
okay.
Ryan in purgatory?
Okay, let's get into it. Now, what do you think about a juicy, thick with 3 C's steak?
The
My little mouth is just sopping wet thinking about a big old T-bone. You like meat?
It's coming in with a lot of energy. I mean, I like meat, but it's also sort of, you know, it's bad for the environment.
Yeah, but it's good for my tummy. Also bad for my body.
Yeah.
A steak is as big as, how long does it take you to eat one
I like
steak?
steak
About a month.
about the size of my face, if you can't tell.
Yeah, I do.
What's your favorite cut?
A fucking,
Just say a meat.
tomahawk. A tomahawk.
Okay.
Showing off.
Living up to the beef boy
Compensating.
name.
So we're
Beef
just
boy.
talking now.
Yeah, we're just talking now. Get with it.
Professor, what's up with that box?
What is it?
Don't talk about
What's that in the box?
I mean, it looks cool.
Don't look at my
Okay.
box!
What's going on with it?
Don't touch the box!
I'm not gonna touch the box. I just. No, just.
He hiss at him? He's gonna bite
Don't
you.
touch me!
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of happy to see you.
I mean, boundaries.
Dude.
You guys have been through some stuff.
You killed him. He doesn't want you
we're
touching
visiting a time
him.
when steak wasn't as easy to come by in America as it is today, and learning about the weird men who had an unconventional idea for fixing that. Fire up your grills, we're talking about hippo meat. And also just sort of about two a-holes.
I'll try anything once.
But the a-holes are not on the hippos.
They're not us, right? We're not the two a-holes.
No, you guys are great. Well, right out of the gate, I am so tempted to ask you who fought in the Second Boer War, but that's such a nasty way to start the season, so I'll just tell you. The Boer War, aka the Second Boer War, was fought from 1899 until 1902 between Great Britain and the two Boer republics. The Boers were Dutch, German, or Huguenot farmers living in southern Africa. So, you know, they get up to some stuff down there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it was colonizers fighting colonizers?
Yeah, fuck them all.
Damn.
Okay, yeah, then I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Now, even though Britain's military outnumbered the Boers' army by more than 5-1 during the conflict, the Boers put up a stiff defense as the war was being fought on their doorstep, a long way from home for the British soldiers. In modern warfare, with satellites and drones,
I just
it's
realized I
relatively
don't have my
easy to get
glasses.
information about your enemies. During the Boer War, however, a military had to
I'm not
rely
gonna
on
put 'em on.
scouts to learn about the movements and strength of the other side. And as it happened, both sides of this conflict had legendary scouts. Would you guys like to be scouts in the military? I feel like the military is a pretty rough gig on account of having to take human life.
What do you think a scout does?
Oh.
I was a Girl
Check
Scout for
places
about a
out.
week and a half
There's
until
some-
I realized I
think-
was going to have to go interact
I would
with
never
people
want to
I
be a
didn't
scout, by the
know.
way, to answer your question. If I was in the military, I'd be a deserter.
Yeah.
I'm a coward.
I don't want to be in the military. However, I'd love to wear disguises. Like, being a
Little
spy
outfits.
seems cool.
Yeah, little outfits are
Yeah,
fun.
little outfits. I'm in it for the outfits always.
Epaulets. Ooh, God, I love epaulets.
Well, epaulets would give you away, wouldn't
Like
they?
a little prince? Oh, I just want to dress up like a little prince.
I just don't want to kill people.
Okay, well, we probably have to move on. On the
Yeah.
British side was a real
We're
son
not
of a
touching
gun
that
named
one.
Frederick Russell Burnham. This human chunk of beef jerky was born May 11th, 1861 in Tivoli, Minnesota. While he was still basically a boy, Burnham left his family and made his way to Texas.
I found some candy.
Where frontiersmen took him under their wing,
I don't
showing
know
him
how
the
long
skills
these have
that
been
they'd come
here.
to learn while hacking it in the wild. In short order, Burnham had developed a scouting expertise that was practically unrivaled. He learned to make traps, read nature's signs, track horses, shoot, and wayfind.
Okay, now I do want to be a scout. It sounds fucking sick.
You had me at traps.
With these skills and some natural moxie to boot, Burnham found work guarding mining camps and escorting prospectors through the wild. Eventually,
I'm not gonna
he tried
subject you
settling
guys
down
to
on
my
an
chewing
orange grove in
noises. This
Pasadena.
isn't an
Now,
ASMR.
mind you, this was well before the town had a cheesecake factory or a Buca de Beppo to its name, so you can imagine the guy didn't find it to his liking.
It's kind of cool to hear about Pasadena in like the 1860s, because I
Yeah.
only know it as a place, like you said, that has a cheesecake factory. Also a good Apple store.
Great Apple Store. For all the people who aren't from Southern California, just picture a big mall of a town with some nice trees and the house from Halloween.
That's true, they did shoot Halloween there.
Anyway, he didn't like Pasadena.
That's good to know.
No, he craved the adventure of the outdoors. And so, he set his sights abroad, offering his services to the British, essentially joining the Boer War because he was bored.
Don't we all?
Well, it's worth noting that Burnham wasn't like some bachelor with a lust for adventure. He also dragged his wife and son to live in a war zone with him. Thanks, Dad.
Nice.
I guess that's somewhat wholesome though, but rather than leaving them at home.
Is it?
Yeah, where they were safe and not gonna die.
You smell that? What's that I'm tracking in the wind? Oh, it's our season's first question!
Yay!
The learning has begun! Ready your quills, my beauties! Which of the following did Burnham not do while scouting in Africa? A. Hide for days in a dang aardvark hole. B. Constantly clean and re-swallow
What did he not
6
do?
bullets so we always had backup ammo.
No.
Or C. Float along a river under a cow carcass with 2 holes cut out for
Did he
eyes.
not do? I'm going with C.
Okay, one of those he didn't do.
Correct.
Okay, these are the 3 craziest things that a person could possibly do.
You got this.
You both got
Sea
this. I
dogs, sea
believe in
dogs,
both
sea
of you.
dogs.
How'd you do on the? Did you take the SAT?
I actually did.
I didn't even graduate high school.
From my recollection. No, wait, no, I did.
You didn't
okay.
hear that.
I don't know anything about it. I couldn't reach the desk.
Couldn't fill out the Scantron.
They didn't give you a little mini one.
No.
That's rude.
You're so mirthful this season. You just
Well,
happen.
I'm alive. It feels good.
Okay, I've got my answer.
Okay, Ryan, what do you got?
B. Bullets ain't food.
Okay, and Sarah?
B. Bullet dinner.
We
Oh,
got
did
my
he
B
not
boys
do?
out there.
Duh.
B
I
boys.
can't remember
I'm
what
an
the B
idiot.
is. Do we play basketball noises?
I don't think we ever did B-boys. It was
Oh,
C
B-boys,
dogs.
let's do some basketball noises.
Okay.
Squeak, squeak.
Okay, we have a bit for
Rap,
B-boys
rap.
now.
Point for the team. Okay.
I'm an idiot. It was B. What?
Points to both of you.
Oh, there it is.
No
Yay!
jelly beans for
First question of the
Ashley.
season. You both got some beautiful little jelly beans. Isn't that wonderful? I should say, I don't know for sure that he didn't have spare poop bullets, but I do know he did those other things. Now, switching our focus to the other side of the conflict,
I wasn't paying
the boys
attention.
had themselves a scout known as the Black
Are you
Panther,
kidding me?
described by one writer as a, quote, walking, living, breathing, searing, killing, destroying torch of
I've been described as that
Panther
at a
was
few
least
jobs
as
before.
crafty and determined as Burnham, and hated the British more than Ryan Bergara hates it when his pre-sale code for Blue Man Group tickets doesn't work.
I do hate that.
Don't we all?
Let me guess a code. Blue. Is that one of the codes?
The Black Panther was captured twice, escaping both times. The second time, he had been sent to prison all the way in Lisbon, where he seduced the daughter of the jailer, got out, sailed to England to enlist in their army while posing as a Boer defector, got a free ride down to Africa, and immediately went back to helping the Boers.
That's
I thought the other guy was
genius.
badass, but this guy's
impressive.
Nice.
unbelievable.
How did he seduce the jailer's daughter?
He was probably like, hello,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah. That's your line right there, right? What if he just like started doing dips in like the cell?
Dips?
What are dips?
You know, like a tricep
Like
dip?
dip?
Oh
Like what
boy,
if he
here
was
we
just
go.
what if he was just like look at this.
With the tongue out?
Check that out.
Do the tongue out again? Okay. I'll give you my daddy's keys.
Oh my god.
Daddy, give me the keys. There's a hunk here. Now, during the war, Burnham was supposed to track down and kill the Black
Wouldn't be me.
Panther, while the Black Panther's job was to kill Burnham. Though the two scouts never crossed paths during the war, both men served their sides admirably, and a mutual respect developed between the two. Burnham would call the Black Panther, quote, one of the craftiest men I ever met. By 1905, his service in Africa concluded, Burnham set off back to California. The America he was returning to, however, had a problem. Whew. What was America's problem in this specific instance? A. Not enough meat, also the Spanish-American War. B. Not enough meat, also a nearly 700% increase in railroad sabotage. Or C. Not enough meat, also questioning its very identity and everything it represents.
Is this going to be one of those trick questions, all of the above things? I'm going with option
A
D.
lot of writing over there. Ryan, how you been?
We doing this right now?
I guess we don't have to. Are we locked in?
Yeah.
Ryan, what do you got?
C. Civil War sucked. Because like you said, America wasn't sure who it was. I mean, that the definition of not knowing who you are is fighting in fighting. So
I'm sure. Sarah?
I put A, Spanish-American War.
I'm going with
I mean,
D,
I think-
all of the
sorry,
above.
I'm
All
random. I
of
don't
the above.
know. I don't know these things. I know general things.
That's okay. Point to the beef boy.
Damn it.
sure that will somehow not count.
Don't worry, we'll see what happens. It's all up to the algorithm. You know that algorithm
Ryan has
machine is
two.
running better than ever this season. Yes, never mind that Upton Sinclair had just published The Jungle, showing America how nasty the meat supply was, with
not
whole-ass men
Professor,
popping into
is
meat
it?
grinders and everyone just kind of shrugging about it. The public still demanded their meat.
Is that the
But
genie?
there was simply not
Is the
enough
professor in the
flesh.
box?
Supple, life-defining.
I'm scared. Or is it the G?
The meat question, as it came to be known, prompted some deep introspection about who the nation even was.
I have no idea
America
what's
was a
going on.
nation of innovators and problem solvers. What would happen to our reputation if we couldn't solve a problem as basic as We're burger.
We're burgers.
We love our burgers, right?
We do love burgers.
They
I
were
love
like,
burgers.
the only thing we have to solve right now is
Burgers.
burger.
Burger.
Nothing
Everything else is perfect.
To be fair, if I lived in a world without burgers,
It's
I'd
not a
drive
world
into the
I would
ocean.
want to live in.
Drive into the ocean.
that's right, just to make sure that it's over.
What would be your meat alternative? Like, if you couldn't get cow, say all the cows are gone.
Cows gone. No
Cows
turkey.
gone,
No
global
turkey.
warming solved.
Chicken.
What burger are you going for?
Yeah, what strange animal would you like to put
Chicken.
on a burger?
Oh, probably turkey burger is fine.
No, I
Okay,
said
a
no
strange
turkey.
animal.
I said strange. Turkeys are perfectly wonderful and normal. Kissable.
Strange is totally subjective. I think turkeys are weird as hell. What's going on with the little red ball sack on their chin?
I'd like to eat a beaver.
Oh no.
I know that's like a watcher thing, but I also I've been thinking about that a lot. Like, what does the tail taste like? In my downtime, I've really been thinking
Okay.
about like. just
Well,
what
in
does
that
it taste
case,
like? So I'm gonna say that.
Platypus.
In your downtime, you've been thinking a lot about what a beaver tastes like?
I'm just like curious about like the tail
I'm not
specifically.
going there.
Like, imagine the tail on like a sub roll. Like, maybe it's fried.
What if it's a sandwich where the two pieces of bread are the beaver tails and inside is just a big old sloppy heap of beaver meat?
That sounds like a lot. I love beavers. I think they're adorable little creatures. I love when they plop their little tail on like a puddle and it makes a funny little noise.
Yeah, and then you're like, what would that taste like?
That being said, I bet you that tail is fatty as hell.
I've read that
I would never do it.
I've read that it tastes very sweet and buttery.
Oh, God, I want
That
one so
makes
bad.
sense because they look fatty. I would never eat a beaver though, out of principle. Probably, I guess like a penguin maybe would be interesting.
A penguin is so much
fucked
cuter.
up.
Nah,
wrong
dude,
with
beavers are cute as hell.
Beavers
But
are
think about
cute.
how many movies
They can
penguins have
also
been
be
in.
evil.
We know them. We know their stories. Beavers.
You talking about Happy Feet?
I'm talking about Happy Feet. I'm talking about Surf's Up. I'm talking about Penguins of Madagascar. I'm
March of the Penguins?
gonna say March of the Beavers.
I'd watch that.
Imagine just a procession of beavers in a line, their little tails
All of them slapping.
in synchronization as
And
they're
then me walking up behind them with a knife and a fork.
Jesus Christ.
If only there was some
Where'd
better
me
way
go?
to use our less hospitable lands. Say, the deserts of the Southwest, or, I don't know, the bayous of the South. And while we're brainstorming, I know cows are big, but what if we had some even bigger, fleshier source of protein, so we could get more bang for our bull, so to speak? Well, having spent much of his life scavenging for
Telling you,
nutrition in the
it
wilderness,
is
Bernard
either
knew how to think outside the box about
the
food,
devil
believing, quote, the man of
or
one
the
diet is
genie.
hopelessly handicapped, for nature has made it possible for a
Or
well-organized
as
human being to wrest sustenance out of 1,000 foods.
I'm telling you, that's not the
One of those
professor.
1,000 foods happen to
Is
weigh
still
thousands
possessed,
of
or
pounds
he's in the
and
box.
love
Those are my two
sloppy
theories.
terrain. You know I'm talking about that sweet, wet river horse, the hippopotamus.
Those things are
They
mean.
look juicy.
Oh, they gotta have a lot of meat on them, man.
They look like a big ass jelly bean with eyes.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Dangerous though, don't they kill?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
they're very
yeah.
dangerous.
They're
animals.
They're
mean.
horrifying. And they could run fast as shit and they could swim fast and they have those big ass teeth.
chompers.
They're not as vindictive, I would say, as like perhaps like an
Have you ever
elephant.
seen,
An elephant is hardcore. in
The
a
new
battle,
Jumanji
you know what I mean?
movie, the first one,
Did
where
you
they
not hear
get
that
sucked
story
into
about
the
that
video
elephant
game.
recently? What did he do?
And
This elephant
Jack
trampled
Black
this woman
gets
to death.
eaten by the
And
hippo.
then it came
Horrifying.
back to the
Still
funeral and
sticks with
trampled
me
her
today.
again. That's a true story.
Did she say some like messed up shit to the elephant?
Did she
or
like
something?
spoil the sixth
That's
sense?
what you're getting from that. The point of the story is the elephant remembered her and was like, not only do I not like you in life, I'm gonna make sure your loved ones can't even celebrate you. It's amazing.
Elephants are usually kind of sweet, so I do feel like she must have done
She
something.
did something.
You know, not to
Yeah.
victim blame, but
Not to victim blame, but I'm blaming that victim.
Apparently she was trying to get water from a watering hole. So maybe it was like, that's my watering hole,
Yeah.
not
yeah.
yours.
You know what?
Time
We're
to-
just visitors in
That's
their
right.
domain.
On
So
Mother
true.
Gaia.
Technically,
And
we're-
sometimes Mother Gaia can be a nasty woman.
A vindictive bitch.
That's right. Well, Burnham tried to get the government to see that hippos could be a solution to its grumbly little tum-tum, but he didn't get very far. To become a reality, such an unorthodox idea needed a champion inside Congress to shepherd it and build support. Enter Robert Broussard. Congressman Robert Broussard was a popular Democrat from Louisiana with essentially no political competition in his district. That meant he could bring forth a novel idea without worrying about facing ridicule from challengers in the next election. Even better, Broussard saw importing hippos as a way not just to address the food question, but another problem plaguing his constituents. Ooh, what problem was that? A, too many bunnies? B, too many flowers? Or C, too many chocolates?
What? Uh-oh. Something falling?
I don't see anything.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't paying
In
attention.
the studio all along.
I don't know. The Boo Goo machine back at Watcher HQ is a long way away from here. It was at that moment that our audio recorder
Oh my
picked up
God.
this dinky little noise.
What the fuck?
The Boo Goo containment unit?
You know a lot about ghosts, Professor.
Yeah, I do.
Are you a ghost?
What kind of question is that? Come on.
Oh, yeah, because...
You got eaten by a dinosaur. I think that's a pretty fair question.
I mean, I went through some stuff.
You mean death?
Okay, Ryan, what do you got?
I got A
I have some
for
theories
abundance
that
of
I'll save
bunnies.
for the end of the episode.
Sarah?
I put too many bunnies.
Is that a little bunny?
I drew a bunny also.
Jelly
just-
bean for Sarah.
Maybe that'll get me
I
It's
love
started.
that.
adorable.
You got a little bonus point for that.
Jelly bean for Sarah.
There you go.
She deserves
Yeah.
all the jelly beans.
Nom, 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 nom.
Well, at last,
All
a
of
dose
them.
culture descends upon
Give
us
them to
as
her.
we will now learn the answer through the magic of theater.
Yay,
I'll be back in just a
play.
second. Bye.
I love when he does a little show.
Where's this fucking people?
Congressman Broussard, my name is Clint, and I have a problem. Oh, dear Clint, it tears my heart in twain to hear that. Is it the meat question? Well, meat is hard to come by these days, but, well, promise you won't laugh. My other problem is flowers. The water hyacinths are clogging the waterways. Our shipping routes are ruined, and they're killing the fish by sucking up all the oxygen in the water. Some days I wish some sort of hungry animal could come
hungry,
and
hungry
gobble
hippo.
up all them flowers. A hungry animal.
Sucked at that
say.
game.
Well, I may just have an absolutely batshit crazy idea.
So we don't get points then.
Oh, okay, points to neither of you. It was flowers.
Except for the arbitrary one you gave her.
Not arbitrary.
It was earned.
Yes, first brought to Louisiana in 1884
Doing it
as
again.
gifts from the Japanese delegation
cycle
at the International
continues.
Cotton Exposition, the asexually reproducing water hyacinth quickly
keep denying
spread, causing huge
Ryan those
problems
jelly
for anyone
beans.
whose livelihood depended on the waterways.
See what happens.
Looking to kill
See
two
you
birds
again.
with one hippo-sized stone,
Unless-
Broussard introduced H.R. 23261.
Is Ryan gonna
which
die
would
at the end of
allocate
this season?
$250,000 to import hippos and other animals to the U.S. When it came time to debate, Broussard
What
brought
happened
in
to all the other
3
puppets?
men to testify
Where's my
in
big
favor
pile
of
of
the bill.
diamonds? Is he?
First,
Are they
a
okay?
nerd from the Department of Agriculture,
I love the
W.N.
diamond necklace.
Irwin, talked about the benefits
They're my
of such a
favorite-
bill,
they're my
describing
favorite
hippo
puppet.
as, quote, good, wholesome flesh for our people.
That's a nerdy ass name.
Did WN stand for what a nerd?
Bonus jelly
Of
for
course.
Sarah, 'cause that was a funny joke. Next was Burnham, who brought up how the meats of American diets, cows, pigs, poultry, and sheep, were all largely imported from Europe hundreds of years ago. Why not import more? After Burnham, a third expert was called. Who was the third expert? A. Immigrant writer and opportunistic showman Fritz Duquesne. B. Former U.S. President and conservationist Theodore Roosevelt. Or C. Cattle rancher and wanted felon Anton Chigurh.
I'm gonna say
That can't be right.
B.
How you feeling about this one? You guys feeling confident?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I feel confident that's not Anton Chigurh.
Unless that's based off a real person. Holy
It's
shit.
not. It's not.
No, don't worry. Don't worry.
That would suck. I hate.
Oh my god, that would be.
He's still out there.
If the last thing I saw in life was that haircut, holy shit.
I'm going with B.
Ryan, what'd you put?
Put A for Fritz.
Fritz.
Just because I want that name to be real. I want him to be a real person.
Sarah, what do you got?
I put Fritz Duquesne, and I hope this doesn't bite me in the butt, but I feel like I've heard of him.
Oh,
So hopefully it's a real person.
well, jelly beans for both of you.
I would suck on
Well,
this
if you
show.
don't remember Fritz, maybe you know him better by his alias, the Black Panther.
What?
Oh, that's good.
This has to be a cinematic event.
That's right. Burnham and his lifelong nemesis, the Black Panther, a.k.a. Fritz Duquesne, were testifying alongside one another. Can you imagine having to sit next to a person who has explicitly tried to kill you while you educate people about hippos.
But
Just kidding.
I didn't try to kill you.
Anyway, how did these two rivals find themselves on the same side of a congressional hearing? Well, after
Okay.
his side lost the Boer War, Duquesne essentially had nothing apart from his scouting skills and an all-consuming hatred of Great Britain. Duquesne made his way to America, where he began writing articles about Africa for the New York Sun, eventually turning his stories into a touring
Also,
book,
I just want to say,
capitalizing on a surge of interest
I
in
suck
Eastern
at guessing.
Africa, thanks to now former President Roosevelt.
I would be terrible on this show.
Travels.
Please let me be
By
on
luck,
it.
when Broussard was gathering his panel of experts, Duquesne was lecturing in D.C. Duquesne was popular at the hearing, pointing out how well his hippo-fed side had fought in the Boer Wars, then explaining how hippos are easy to train and not dangerous. The hearing concluded with few if any reasons why the idea wasn't a home run. The idea of postmating some hippos from Africa swept through the media. Some balked, with one op-ed in the Washington Herald arguing, quote, "We cannot eat things that give us the shudders, no matter what their undisputed food value may be." Essentially the same argument toddlers raise about broccoli. Others embraced the idea,
I liked
excited
broccoli.
to try a hippo pot pie for themselves.
I'd do it.
That sounds fucking good.
yeah, I'm trying to think of what would. I'd like to have some like hippo mac and cheese.
Oh, God!
I just kind of want
hippo
a cube,
burger.
just like a big old cube of like hippo meat.
Oh, I'm just imagining being at a grocery store and just one of
Rack
those
of
old ladies
ribs,
with those plastic
hippo
ass
ribs.
gloves being like, "You want to try some hippo?"
You want a pound of hippo meat for your charcuterie platter?
I'm curious what its like texture is because the first thing that comes to mind is like a whale,
Yeah.
and whale is like super blubbery. But I guess they are kind of like cows.
I would guess they're pretty steak-like.
Oh, interesting. I was picturing blubber too, kind of almost like like a bone marrow-y kind of like feel, because they're so chunky.
Well, fast forwarding 110 years, we don't eat that much hippo in America. Oh, so why didn't hippo meat take off?
Because it's too gamey?
A. Duquesne murdered Burnham.
Jesus.
B. Rumors of hippopox led Louisiana to ban the animal. Or C. Basic fundamental communication issues.
C. What the
Okay. Oh, didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I
What
like.
about that?
What is going on?
Okay,
All right.
gonna go with A, murder, I guess.
Of course.
Okay, and Sarah?
I'm gonna go see the thing that hurts any great venture, communication.
Yeah. A jelly bean for Sarah.
I got one right.
Communication is important, like
is.
something that a genie tells you will not happen and yet does.
Always got to read the fine print on those things, you know.
Yeah, I really gotta check that out.
No one ever reads it. You ever read the terms and conditions on like an update?
I read them all.
I doubt it. I doubt that very much. Do you read the terms and conditions? Or
Yeah.
you just scroll down and press agree, read?
I mean, you know,
Be honest.
I don't got a lot of time. You know?
I knew it.
Yes, as hard as it is to get 3 people together to work on something these days, imagine doing so without text messages and email. Basically, instead of anything
Impossible.
straight up defeating the idea, it appears to have just slowly faded from everyone's minds and just, never came to pass. Eventually, the meat market stabilized not because of imported animals, but due to industrial agriculture. More land was made usable, and more animals were put on said land. Hippo meat became a solution looking for a problem. Isn't that sad?
I'm sad because I wanted to know what the hippo meat tasted like.
Yeah. I mean, we can get some here. We could Postmate some if you want some.
All right, great.
So you mean to tell me that this whole issue that they congregated about just solved itself?
It seemed like there was a lot of people being like, hey, are we doing this? And someone else would be like, yeah, don't worry, we're working on it. Nobody ever really pulled the trigger.
I love it when
So
things
moral of
work
the
out
story
for
is
themselves.
procrastination is good then.
I've been doing it for
Yes.
years.
God knows, if they had succeeded, you know, America might be running rampant with feral hippos.
That doesn't sound bad.
It does if they're, you know, violent.
Just every now and then a TikTok of someone getting wrecked in a Walmart
Actually,
parking
that
lot?
sounds great.
That sounds great, right?
Be hilarious.
Fighting a hippo with a shopping cart, imagining that? That'd be kind of cool.
Or we would have domesticated them, so we would have had little hippo pets.
Keep them small.
Yeah.
Duquesne found himself in a similar situation. Back when Africa and hippo meat were in the zeitgeist, he had a livelihood and a purpose. But as hip
I
popularity
apologize
receded,
for
I was
that.
wondering when a hippo pun was going to come into play.
well, you got it.
And then you disappointed.
As his popularity receded, however, the Black Panther needed a new way to make a living. Duquesne was rudderless and restless, in search of some circumstance that called for his
Who's
cobbled
singing?
together set of skills.
That's what I want to know.
In 1914, that circumstance presented itself. World War I! Remember, thanks to the Boer Wars, Duquesne hated England with all of his being. So he decided he had to help Germany any way he could. Duquesne made his way to Brazil, where he offered his services as a spy to the German consulate. He used his skills sabotaging English shipments with explosives, eventually blowing up the SS Tennyson as it sailed to New York.
Nice.
Investigators discovered Duquesne was responsible, but it was too late. On April 27, 1916, the New York Times reported that Duquesne had been murdered while riding through Bolivia.
What?
The Black Panther had finally been slain. Oh, what happened to Duquesne's body? A. It was transported to America, where it toured around the country. B. It was shipped to South Africa, where it received a hero's funeral. Or C. It was sent to Burnham in Mexico, so it could be identified and burned. Sad to see him go, you know. He was fighting for Germany in World War I, so not a great look.
R.I.P. to a real one, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I'm going with D, devoured by hippos.
That is not.
That
Ryan.
happened, right? That happened.
Sarah, what do you got?
I'm going with C, Burnham.
I'm going
For
with
this
A.
answer, we have someone who was actually there. Dashing war hero, Captain Claude Stoughton. Captain Claude, take it away!
If this story doesn't end with someone being eaten by a hippo, I'm going to be pissed off. Because that has to happen at least once.
Thank you, Professor. The answer is A, so points to no.
I get a
But a
point.
word of warning.
A jelly
Not
bean for
everything on this
Ash.
stage is as it seems.
Like that box?
What's in the box?
For instance, I am actually Berthold Sabo, a.k.a. Von Gotthard, a.k.a. Frederick Barron, a.k.a. F. Krabs, a.k.a. Colonel Bezine, a.k.a. Fritz Duquesne. That's right, the Black Panther, baby! I'm still alive, touring the nation disguised as Captain Claude. Oh, I truly am the most irascible. Hello? Hi, who are you? I'm the police. How are you? Great. You're coming with us. You're under arrest.
Damn it.
Oh, no. Why do I still go by my real name? Now I'm going to jail for blowing up those ships in World War I. You're going to jail for insurance fraud. What's this about blowing up ships? Oh, shoot.
Damn.
Holy shit.
I mean, if your name is Fritz Duquesne, it's probably hard to not go by it.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet name. To have to withhold that information would be almost unavoidable, actually.
It's me again.
Cool.
Hi. Okay, a bit of a nasty trick with that question, but you should expect nothing less when dealing with the Black Panther. That's crazy. Yeah, it was him. He was alive.
How long did he survive under this disguise?
Oh, for a bit.
Damn. He is good.
Yeah, he's good.
He's real good.
Yes, Duquesne faked his death, then changed his mind, which I guess is always an option in these situations. Duquesne headed back to America, where he tried another lap on the Africa lecture circuit. But audiences were over wilderness exploits. They wanted tales of heroism from their fighting boys overseas. And to meet that demand, Duquesne pretended to be fictional hero Claude Stoughton, and actually made some decent scratch touring, claiming he'd been bayoneted and gassed multiple times. In fact, all of those names he mentioned earlier, plus more, were aliases the Black Panther used,
One of
eluding
those
capture
sounded
from
so
authorities
familiar.
while trying to make a living.
Feels like a fun thing to do. Like if I could fake my own death and get away with it.
Yeah.
And be, Burgess Moncrief
I
for the
love
rest
that.
of my life.
Love that.
That sounds great.
The rules are if you fake your own death, you have to choose a cartoon Rocky and Bullwinkle villain name.
Yeah, that's right. Burgess Moncrief would be my name, and I would live a life selling insurance in Iowa.
Yes.
I'd be Bernadette Roselier.
Oh, what would you do?
In a circus. I'd be a ringmaster. What do they call it? Ringleader? Ringmaster?
It's ringmaster.
Yeah.
Like, come on, come out! The greatest show on earth. I'm Bernadette Roselier.
I love it.
Point, but you can't do that today. Like, I do that, someone would be like, "Aren't you that idiot who hates ghosts?"
And you'd say, no, I'm Burgess.
Yeah, I'd have a mustache too.
Oh, of course you would.
Oh, then no one would recognize
And
No
you
one
should
would.
shave off your eyebrows,
me. And get a face tattoo.
just to be sure.
I don't know about that part, but we could workshop later.
Get a nipple ring or two.
that would
be.
I don't know how that would help.
So I would
Just
have.
hide your-
workshopping some stuff here.
I would have cut out nipples on my shirts at all times.
Yeah. I mean, you
I'm
don't
not
do
gonna
that
say
now as
nothing.
Ryan Bergara, so
Well, that's a pretty good idea, actually, because then I could be like, "Ha, my eyes are up here." You know what I mean?
Get married first, then unleash that part of yourself.
oh wait, Burgess, pitch. So you cut out the
He is
holes on the
married,
shirt,
though.
Then you say my eyes are up here, but then you've got a tattoo on your forehead that says my nipples are down.
That's good. So they could be pretty much on like a loop, going back and forth, and that's how I hypnotize people.
Well, I'm excited to see you become that guy. Now, as we saw, Duquesne was eventually arrested for fraud. Hilariously, he tried to get an insurance payment for some film footage that was destroyed on the SS Tennyson, the boat he blew up. Once arrested, Duquesne's mental and physical health deteriorated. He began behaving erratically, collapsing during the trial, his legs suddenly paralyzed. The government wasn't going to let this slippery snake get away, though. They tested Duquesne, sticking pins in his legs and even under his toenails. When Duquesne didn't flinch, he was transferred to a mental
like
hospital
maybe
where
he
the
would just
immobile patient was
develop.
doted on by nurses. And in the early
I feel like
hours
he
of
would have
May
developed
27,
a-
1919, Frederick Duquesne, the Black Panther,
Escaped.
escaped! I knew it!
I was gonna say,
Yes, he escaped! Point
He
for the
has
boy, having faked being
a
paralyzed
strong
for 7
pain
months.
tolerance.
How did he escape? Did he use like a bunch of bed sheets tied together or something like
Yeah,
that?
sure.
He like made a wig out of a mop.
Yes.
I like that too.
Well, continuing a streak of always picking the losing side,
I love this
Duquesne went
guy.
on to spy for
This is my new
Germany
hero.
in World War II. His hatred of England governing literally every decision he ever made, to the extent that he ended up being a goddamn Nazi.
Damn it.
He was caught in an elaborate FBI sting and sentenced to prison for 18 years.
Did he escape this prison too? This guy's like Rocket Raccoon.
Well-
No one could hold him.
On May 24th, 1956, Fritz Duquesne died in New York City, we think. For an epitaph, perhaps his FBI file summarizes Duquesne best. Quote, excellent talker with captivating personality. Inveterate liar, sexual pervert.
What?
Sweet. Nice. Like
was
your
Lovely.
tombstone, Professor.
We'll get there.
That's what yours read. I didn't. read it.
I was scared the professor was gonna pull off his glasses
And
be
he was
Fritz
gonna be
Duquesne.
Fritz.
As for Burnham, he continued to live a life of adventure. While Duquesne was blowing up boats in Brazil, Burnham was mineral scouting in the American
Ooh,
West.
fun.
Cool. Frederick Burnham died on September 1st, 1947.
Trust
A real-life inspiration for the Boy Scouts. The good parts, that is.
It's a worthy pursuit to collect minerals and rocks. I used to do that as a child. I used to have a chest full of them.
Yeah, what happened to it?
I still have it. Sometimes I look at them every now and then when I go back to my parents' house.
How long do you look at them for?
What time of night do you look at them?
I don't think I'll tell you about that.
Okay. Keep your secrets. Well, looking back
What's
on
in
the
the box,
brief flash of
Professor?
U.S. history, when hippo meat was seriously proposed before Congress, it's easy to feel a tinge of nostalgia for a time when the government could entertain novel ideas in good faith. And while you may yearn for a lost time of fun news with hippos, frontiersmen, and flowers, one thing's just as true now as it was then. Getting people to accept something new is really, really difficult. What a weird story, huh?
Liked Fritz. Could have used more hippos, honestly.
Yeah.
I thought there was a kind of shocking lack of hippos in the
Right.
story.
There's a shocking lack of hippos in America. Well, that concludes our history lesson. I'm going to go tally the scores to see who receives the title of History Master. While I do that, please enjoy the special performance
Where's the
from
coveted
a big
cup?
ol' hippo who just wants to get eaten.
Ugh,
Bye.
a vor hippo.
Oh, God. Don't encourage for.
I mean, isn't that what it is? You want to get eaten?
Yeah, but
I'm not. He's encouraging. I'm not.
New
I'm
favorite
being
song
nice.
unlocked, probably. Aww.
Now who's that sexy piece of ass in the lake? It's me. I'm a big beefy hippo and I want you to know what you've been missing while you're eating all that dusty ass steak. Well, I'm juicy and all yours. This water pup is begging you on all fours. Ring that bell, grab your buns. The hippo bottom BBQ's begun. And down around, a brand new flavor's coming to your town. From the shores of Maine to California,
wonderful.
they're gonna see my cakes down at the old buffet. I'm 3,000 pounds of meat, come on, give me a try. I'm pleading, come on, eat some of my hippo pot pie. Oh, don't knock it till you've had a taste. Get your Yankee ass on board with the beef of the lake. You're telling me you've never wanted a change. All your days spent chewing chicken, turkey, and pork. It's bunch o'clock and it's high time you sample some strange. What more could you want than a wet, wet burger from the swamp? Say goodbye, I won't tell your wife. I'm so delicious that I'll ruin your life. Grab a fork, take a seat. My big ol' hippo ass is here for you to eat. Marinated in the bayou stew. My slop and chops are gonna make you drool. I'm 3,000 pounds of meat, won't you give me a try? I'm pleading, come on, eat some of my hippo pot pie. Oh, don't knock it till you have a taste. Get your Yankee ass on board with the beef of the lake. Yes, some mustard on my lower back. Oh yeah, that feels nice. Sriracha, ketchup up my hippo.
I'm a ranch girl myself, to be honest.
That's how you garnish a hippo. Oh, and don't forget, a couple pickles on my big ol' hippo. Some charcoal on the pit. Let it go on, roast me on the spit. I really think I'm pretty good in a stew. I'm just a simple bayou hippo wanting inside of you. I'm 3,000 pounds of meat and I'm ready to die. Just to treat you to the ecstasy of hippo pot pie. Don't knock it till you've had a taste. Get your Yankee ass on board with the beef of the lake.
It's just fabulously unhinged. I love it.
Whoa, what a juicy performance. Now, let's see how we did.
Sarah.
You guys are never gonna believe this, but according to the algorithm, this week's History Master is Ryan Bergara.
What?
Whoa! Sarah, thanks for trying.
What?
Hey, you've already got a
What?
couple trophies.
okay.
We've actually had a supply chain issue with the trophies this season, so we don't have a coveted cup for you, but come get your prize! Here it is.
Ooh, what's that?
The official moisturizer of History Masters. Here you go, buddy. Come get it.
What the fuck?
Come on. Yes, it's real.
Well, now I'm jealous because I do want
Wait a
that.
Here
second.
you go. Congrats.
What?
You okay?
Puppet cream. It's for champs. Apply daily.
It's for champs. Make sure you use that a lot. You gotta moisturize that skin of yours. Put some on, yes. Put it on the skin.
Put the lotion on the
Yeah,
skin,
yeah,
Ryan.
yeah, oh,
There
just
you
powerful.
Rub that in. Rub,
What the f-
All right.
rub.
It's a weird episode.
So, I'll wait till the end of the episode.
All right. Well, that about does it for this week. Sarah, thank you so much for coming. All the rest of you, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week on Puppet History, where the details are
A little
always
fuzzy.
a little fuzzy. Bye-bye. Woo.
Wait. Oh, there's more. Is that the molasses tank? Ryan? What are you doing? Simp. What is happening? Snazzy little hat.
Oh, fucking Connie again. Alright.
Bid bitch. Haunted.
Hello?
I don't like when small things run really fast. It ain't right.
I'm dead!
What the fuck? Oh shit.
Puppets give me the creeps.
Same.
All right.
Oh, the crops died. Y'all better not move. Oh my god. Oh shit. Okay. What the Okay. So, my two theories. Okay, the first one is that either the professor is still possessed by Asmodeus, or it is either the genie or the devil disguised as the professor. The real professor is in that freaking box. And second one is that Ryan is going to win every one of the all of the history, all the episodes this season, but he's never gonna get the fucking trophy. Oh, what a ride. I love that it's back though. I'm so excited. And I don't really have much to say on it other than I can't wait for next week's episode because this is gonna be wild. Alright, well, bye.